Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm Rick Wong. I'm here to represent LandingCube and Amazon landing page builder. And I think we all know the fees and also ad costs on Amazon is consistently going up. So it's all about what we do to make the most out of our conversions. And this is where our service such as ours comes into play. So you can see like in this slide deck right here. So what we do is just we create a landing page for you from your Amazon listing. And basically you can just do it within one click. I know like, if when some people think about building a landing page, right, they think, oh, it's going to take me like hours to kind of build it. But for us, you just plunk in your Amazon listing and basically click one button and it will just appear a landing page for you just like that. Okay, so how do we actually make the most of out of our off Amazon marketing conversion? So you can see like this funnel, it looks very complicated, but it's not. So this here is, when you do like an off Amazon marketing funnel, this is how the funnel normally looks like, right? So you have your off Amazon traffic, be it TikTok, Google, Facebook, or influence campaign, in which like our guests will talk about in much details in the following chats. So it's going to be off Amazon traffic, and then it's going to go into a landing page right here. And this is where landing page lies, right? And it's basically sends the off Amazon traffic to a landing page such as this. And then for them, you could actually incentivize them to kind of opt in their emails. Try that. And then you can give them like a one-time coupon code and send them to your Amazon listing. Right. And we are also Amazon attribution enabled, as in you can actually put the Amazon attribution tag in the destination URL of these landing pages for you to get the brand referral bonus and also attribute the performance from off Amazon. And once you actually get the email, you could either have it collected as in a spreadsheet or connected directly to your email marketing platform and then send it directly to your Amazon listing. And since you have an email list, right, you could always consistently market your list and direct them to your Amazon listing, whether it's like the previous Amazon listing you will market or any ongoing new product launches. So we also support 6 different marketing campaign types. Our most popular campaign types is promo landing page, which I just showed you right here. The product insert landing page. Basically, it's like, if you have a product insert in your product, you could actually direct them to a landing page for them to kind of opt in for warranty or additional discount. So you choose. Okay, so now we have the email list. So why, right? Why do we want an email list? So it's about like also building customer relationships, right? Being able to tell your brand story, content, and also your unique value proposition. A lot of times to make a sale, right? Especially if you're selling like a high ticket product, you might need multiple touch points to be able to convert a customer. This is why email list is very powerful. And by being able to retarget an audience multiple times, because a lot of times you got to make a sale just on Amazon, you're only making one conversion. You can't really remarket them again, or it's really difficult to. By being able to remarket them again, be able to sell them again for like a different product or a substitute product within your product portfolio, it would lower customer acquisition costs and increase your lifetime value. And how do we actually do this? So we could like, again, share content, right? So I think, when you share content, it's not all about selling, it's all about value giving. So you're gonna share as much value as possible, then you can make the offer. I think, Gary Vee kind of made that analogy very popular. It's like jab, 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 right hook as in the offer. A lot of Amazon's sellers use it for product launch. So let's just say you are selling, skin beauty care line, and then you're able to get their email and you're launching like a new product. You could basically use that list as like a product launch to basically give you additional free boost of traffic. And then another thing is that you could also ask for a review, right? But obviously you have to ask for a review. You could either ask for on Amazon or off Amazon. For on Amazon, you have to make sure that you need to ask within the terms of service. And let's just say you have also a special discount, Prime Day or Amazon deal, Lightning or 7 days. Basically, you have it run a certain particular time, and you could give it additional uplift by sending an email marketing campaign for these specific special discounts. Basically, I'm not sure a lot of audience would use the brand tailor promotion within Seller Central, but basically you have your own customized brand tailor promotion without really having used the Amazon brand tailor promotion, which could be very restrictive in terms of the message that you send and also the segment of potential customer that you could reach out to. Okay, so we have a 21 free day trial, and our website is landingcube.com, and you could check out our content at YouTube at LandingCube. And you could, if there's any questions on how to use the software, or you want to like ask any like specific questions, you could reach out to me at rick@landingcube.com. Okay, that is my presentation.
That's awesome, Rick. Those
Yep,
landing pages are a
thank you.
great way to build your funnel. That's such an excellent way to build value and acquire new customers that are actually your customers too, rather than just getting that one sell. That's brilliant.
Exactly. It's just about optimizing the off Amazon conversion funnel, being able to make the most of these off Amazon traffic, because these off Amazon traffic ain't cheap, right? So you just want to really just leverage as much as you can. And now we have Seth. I think Seth, it's your turn, right?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rick. Yeah, great solution. Everybody knows how important off Amazon traffic is, and that's what we created with Brand Expand. So yeah, I'll jump into my presentation here. Let me share. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Seth. I started in accounting and finance out of college, but saw the potential in Amazon, and I started my brand in 2015 with just $1,000, bootstrapped to 7-figure exit in 21. While I was doing that, working with a lot of sellers, did a consulting agency, and found out that driving external traffic to Amazon and other marketplaces was really a huge opportunity that nobody was really capitalizing on. And so the consulting agency turned into brandexpand.io, which is our software. We are a product launch SaaS, software as a service, for sales feedback and reviews on select marketplaces. To date, we've done over 7,000 product launches and boosted 40 million in sales. So we've done a lot of launches. We have a lot of data, and we've used that data to continue iterating on the software. Okay, so to get started, I will kind of present the software. So supercharge sales and ignite visibility with Brand Expand. So we're a full omni-channel solution. It's not just Amazon. We do Amazon, Walmart, Target, eBay, Etsy. TikTok Shop is becoming huge as well. And yeah, what we do is we're a product launch platform, helps online sellers accelerate sales, basically. We have access to thousands of shoppers in our network to drive traffic, feedback, and sales to listings without using paid ads. We do performance tracking, product insights that enable data-driven marketing decisions. And I'll show you what this looks like in the software in a moment. Enhance keyword indexing, search relevancy, gain more organic product visibility. Everybody knows how important that is to get more organic customers through enhanced indexing and visibility. And then for channels outside of Amazon, we do review requests. Amazon's just very particular. So Not to say the seller can't request a view through Seller Central or other means, but just do it in a compliant way. And we don't do that through our software. But for Walmart, Target, literally any other marketplace, we'll do that. We have an automated solution that will send requests to buyers, non-incentivized, honest, unbiased review, and they don't have to leave anything, but generally they will. Okay, so the best way is to just show you what the platform looks like. So we have a demo that I'll walk through. There's two sides of the coin. There's the B2B SaaS, which is of course Brand Expand, and then the B2C Deal Marketplace, which I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to skip over a lot of these and just show the main ones. So if you log into your account, you'll see this is the dashboard. You can import products here, add product. These are the top 5 marketplaces where we do auto imports. We're actually swapping out eBay for TikTok very soon because of how popular it's becoming. Otherwise, you can do other marketplace, literally any other marketplace where you want to drive traffic, even LandingCube. If you wanted to drive traffic to LandingCube, you could do that. So yeah, if you choose, for example, Amazon, put the product ID. We don't connect to SP API or any API. It's a standalone solution. We use scraping technology to pull all the details. If it has a child variation, you can enter that there. And then it will pull in all the product details. We have a repeat buyer frequency feature that mitigates repeat purchases. So for example, if you want Jane Doe to purchase once every 14 days, you can do that. Like Rick said, it's important to get a lot of unique buyers. And so we know how important that is. So we built that feature into the software. You can add images from URLs if it doesn't import all the images or you want to kind of mix it up. And then, yeah, you would save the product. Once you save, it'll show up on your dashboard. You can view the product. You can edit the product. We have keyword tracking, which I'll show in a moment. Archive the product if you're done with the launch. Otherwise, you can launch the product here. And I can provide this demo, and we have a couple different demos and case studies that we can provide after this if anyone's interested. Okay, so once you have the product, you can start the launch campaign. You go to the launch dashboard, add launch. Let's say this fancy garlic press. We want to get traffic and sales and feedback to this product. We have 2 different campaign types. Organic is going to be the most explosive launch type. That's going to ask buyers to get your product, provide feedback, which is what our point-based system is based on, the feedback. They purchase, and then they have a post-delivery survey that they fill out, and then they get points if everything lines up. The promotional claim code is not as popular, but it's a good way to keep traffic coming in. If you have a single or group claim code on Amazon, for example, what you can do is use our network to distribute those codes. Usually it's going to be a lower discount, so it might not be as favorable, but it's a good way to keep sales coming in. I'll show the organic launch type here. So when you start the launch, our software will pull the most recent product details just to validate that the price, the product, everything is correct, because we have an auto launch approval feature, which will actually push this live immediately to the network. And so it's important that all those details match up. I'm going to skip through all of this. So yeah, it'll pull the product price, all the details. We have private and public launch. Private's going to be a more vetted network. Public's going to be everybody. 90% of sellers just stick with public. So it's up to you. ACOS. So we use a ACOS discount feature. So just like PPC on Amazon, you would choose the ACOS that you want. Most of that's going to be facilitated back to the buyers in the form of points for the feedback that they provide. Obviously, the higher ACOS, the higher the launch velocity. So keep that in mind. You can go anywhere from 50 to 200%. And a lot of sellers know that for new products, especially without a lot of social proof, anything under 100 or around 100 is actually pretty good for those first initial sales to get that visibility. And then review requests. Again, if you're not on Amazon, you can flip this on and we'll send requests to our network. And by the way, we use a credit-based system for currency. So each plan, you have a certain number of monthly credits. Every time you get a sale, it uses a credit. And every time we send a review request, it will use a credit. So keep that in mind. Setting up the launch is pretty straightforward. Start date, it can be same day. You can literally launch in a few minutes if everything is approved for auto launch. You can create different type of launch timelines. Staircase is really popular. You can get really creative with this. Just basically say how many units you want to promote each day. We try to get 100% sell-through rate, redemption rate, some sellers call it. We actually just celebrated having a lot of days with 92% redemption, which is great. It really depends on the ACOS and the desirability of the product and the volumes and all this stuff, whether or not we can get 100% of the sales that you want. But we definitely push our network to try to do that. Evergreen is unique to our software. This will allow you to continue your launch without charging credits. It's a good way to mitigate any type of, rank drop at the end of that launch. That's not as expensive as the traditional launch. Just a nice way to extend that launch. You can do up to 50% of your initial units to extend the launch. Calculator, pretty straightforward, breaking down the fees. We can go over all this in more detail if anybody is interested, but I want to kind of fly through this. So 2 launch types, organic. This is going to show your title to our network and tell them to get the product using 3 to 5 keywords. And it's important in the product feedback. When they do the product feedback, you'll see in a second. You can edit the title and choose any 3 to 5 keywords you want. So it's really up to you. And you'll see what this looks like in a second. Otherwise, a link is really popular. You can use any link you want. It defaults to a direct link, but you can do a Pixelfy, Rotator, whatever you want. Wallet, set up your wallets. You can use credit card. It's pay as you go. So you only pay for the next day's promotion. So it's very cash flow neutral. And then this is the summary of all the costs. Notes, you can create an internal note for our team. If you add a note, it'll prevent it from doing an auto launch. If everything checks out, you can be eligible for auto launch. You submit the campaign and it will go live instantly to our network. So that's the first piece. I'm kind of going through this pretty quickly, but I want to show you the flip side is the buyer platform. And of course, this is where all your products are going to show. It's not as relevant to sellers, right? Because it's the flip side, the B2C deal network, which will show here. Let's say you're launching this fancy, coffee filter, whatever it is. You would push the campaign. Let's say you submit it. It's auto launch. It goes live to our network. Our buyers are going to see it here. They have points here that they're 100 points equals $1. And let's say they're interested in this. It's roughly 95% off. Click on it. Start deal or wish list. The deal points here, again, they're going to get those back after they finish all the feedback that's required. If the launch is in a future date, we have this wish list feature, which is nice because sellers can set a future date and we can opt in buyers to get queued up, 1,000 plus buyers so that the launch is, successful once the date hits. If it's ready, they can click start deal, go through this process, finding the product. If you remember in step 1 of the launch creation, there's different options to, whether they use a coupon, whether they click on a sponsored product, all this type of stuff that permeates over to the deal site. So the buyers see the instructions there. And then they're going to rate the different areas of your listing. They're going to provide feedback on your listing. And then they're going to put the order number and the order screenshot. Our software will auto validate the screenshot by using image recognition and pulling all the details and validating that with your actual details on Brand Expand. If it doesn't pass the process, it goes through a manual approval process where our team looks at it. And we also do random audit requests to buyers to make sure that they actually purchase the product. We have a lot of systems in place to vet our buyers, make sure the buyer quality is high, and make sure we don't have anybody that's trying to take advantage.
We're a bit. I think we have a few. You have a few minutes. Can you conclude this? Because we only have like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me wrap it up. I wasn't sure exactly how long. Yeah. So, anyways, post delivery here, they fill that out, and then that's it. And then you're going to start seeing the sales come through on your buyer side. I'll just show really quick what that looks like. Orders are going to come through here. You're going to see all the orders come through. and then you can do other stuff. There's analytics in there, keyword tracking and stuff like that. So so that's the gist of it. Again, we can do a more in-depth demo if anybody's interested. This is really what summarizes the process, a nice visual. Sellers launch products to go to our buyer network. Customers purchase products on any of these platforms, providing feedback, sales, reviews. All of this is going to help either conversion or boosting sales and keyword relevancy, and creates explosive growth on really any of those marketplaces. So this is it. If you want to take a screenshot, learn more, we have a bunch of resources. We can do $500 in your wallet for signing up, 50% of your first month. If you're interested, just mention this webinar, and we'll drop that money in your wallet. You can use it towards a product launch. So yeah, I'll end there.
Very cool.
Thank you, Seth. Yep.
I
Yeah.
think there was
Very
a
cool.
question in the chat there if this is available just in the US or if it's also available in the UK.
Yeah, we get this a lot. It's just in the US for now. We're really building the software and nailing the US. The UK is definitely on our radar.
Right. Okay. Up next we have Kurt Humrichhauser talking about Google Ads for Amazon.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. Share screen. All right. So first I'm going to give like a high level overview of MaverickX, who we are, how we got here. So we started in 2009, helping Amazon sellers drive external traffic. Our team came from bestreviews.com, which is kind of the method that we rinse and repeat with everything that we do today. So we have two different services. We started with Google Ads for Amazon. Google Ads go directly from Google right to the product detail page or to the storefront. And we're leveraging our team's experience from bestreviews.com to manage these advertisements. We manage the ads for you, so you don't have to worry about your copy or, write keywords or whatever. And there's some other advantages we have as well that I'll get to. But the other service that we provide is advertise editorial content. We have major publications that we own, and we, advertise those publications and help drive traffic that way. Very similar to what Best Reviews does today. All right, so Google Ads for Amazon. We have a dashboard, combines the Google data with the Amazon attribution data. So you know exactly how every keyword and campaign is performing. We're also a verified ads partner, of course. So we don't need to use branded search terms to achieve a favorable ACoS. We're completely focused on revenue, not just clicks and impressions. And I'll show you, and I also have our pricing in here. It just wouldn't make sense for us to just drive clicks. We want to make sure this converts for you, because if it doesn't convert, then we don't make any money. So we're very ACoS conscious because our team's experience as publishers, we know how to make the very tight margins work. As publishers at Best Reviews, they didn't have the brand referral bonus program. And so, they were just working off of the Amazon affiliate commission, which, if you guys are familiar, it could be up to like 4%. It can be more if you're a very major publisher, drive a ton of revenue. But yeah, the standard Amazon affiliate rate card is, I think, only 4%. So not much wiggle room there. So we also use one Google Ads account for all of our clients. And we did A/B testing with this at Best Reviews. We would use the old historic account and then take all of the campaigns out and put them into a new account. Same keywords, same copy, everything's the same. And the old account always outperformed. Google just sends better traffic to more established advertisers, and more established just means more total ad spend, more account history. Generally, it takes 60 to 90 days to dial in the ad campaigns. More budget allows us to test with more keywords, and it speeds up the process. So we can work with as little as $500 in a month. It's about $16 in a day. We prefer at least $50 a day. So which equates to $1,500 per month. So again, this is the service that we started with. but we learned that some brands convert much better than others. Customer reviews play a very strong role in conversion rate. Brand recognition also helps, even if we're not using branded search terms. So we found that Google Ads aren't a good fit for every brand, and we wanted to drive more revenue. So we introduced a new service similar to what we did as publishers, advertise editorial content. So there's a few publications that we own. Like I said, we manage paid search advertising for publishers that we partner with. And then we also partner with other publishers that manage their own paid traffic. So by advertising the editorial content, we aren't relying on SEO and can rank at the top of the search for a much wider array of keywords that customers are going to be using when they have a high intent to purchase. So if this is a overly simplified example here, but if somebody's looking for an inflatable hot tub, if they're searching for the best inflatable hot tub, they're not just curious, what is the best? I have no intent on purchasing. That's not their thoughts. They are, thinking about buying an inflatable hot tub. They want to know which one's the best. So there is a much higher conversion rate on these search terms. And also, by advertising outside of Amazon, you're reaching a whole different sector of clients or customers, sorry. The latest research says 56% of shoppers start on Amazon, 42% start on Google. There's some other percentages in there that's kind of fuzzy as for where they start. Maybe goes to YouTube or something like that. But no matter what, no matter where you start, you end up evaluating the Amazon listing before you make a purchase. So what we've found that drives success is the product's ranking in the content, how optimized the product listing is, a good number of customer reviews, and a price point of at least $30. Less than $30, it just makes it tough for the commission to cover the cost per click for the article. So most publications rank the product based on how they convert, how much commission the publisher earns from the product. If it's a well-known brand, it's likely to convert better. So initially, a stronger brand name could be ranked higher. I wouldn't say this is true for every single publication out there. There's definitely some that, they just really, really like the product, and that's why they put it as number one, not because it's a bestseller. So from our experience, typically the first product in an article gets 70% of the clicks. The second product gets 15%. Third product gets 10. And then products 4+ get the remaining 5%. So that's why the ranking matters. But why customer reviews matter? We did some testing here. We supported 2 brands in the same article. The conversion rate, there was a Fortune 500 brand that had 30 reviews in the second position of the article. It's a really big brand. Everyone probably has their appliances in their home, at least one of them, or has had one in the past. And then in the fourth position, we had an Amazon brand that had 1,400 reviews. So the conversion rate for the Amazon brand that had 1,400 reviews was 7%. The conversion rate for the Fortune 500 brand with 30 reviews was a tenth of that. It was 0.7%. So the lack of reviews outweighed the Fortune 500 brand's notoriety and position in the article. So I would say that in general, getting featured in publisher articles, you need to have a strong amount of reviews, no matter who the publisher is. It also helps the conversion rate. It's also a trust signal to customers when they see that 10,000 people have given you 5 stars. It's a great product. It's hard to beat that kind of product. So why $30 or more? Publishers are not going to continue to drive advertising traffic to an article if the commission doesn't cover the cost per click. If they're losing money advertising the article, they won't continue. Makes sense, obviously. Here's simple math. With a $30 product, 30% commission seems about optimal if it's just pure pay-per-click advertising. So if we took a 30% commission out of a $30 product, that's $9. Average conversion rate that we see is about 13%. So for every 100 clicks, they're going to get 13 sales. And if the average cost per click is $1 to $1.32, we'll just kind of split the difference and say $1.16. 13 sales times $9 per sale in commission equals $117 in revenue. $1.16 cost per click times 100 clicks is 116. So there's $1 profit on the ad spend there. And because of this 10% brand referral bonus, that seems to make this work for a lot of sellers. We're obviously flexible on this percentage. But you know, if a brand is able to provide a 30% commission and they're going to get 10% back from Amazon, they're going to end up with a nice 20% cost there because of the brand referral bonus. We can also we've had some case studies where we've set the commissions lower and then ran for a few months and then set the commission higher, and the amount of revenue that can be driven can be drastically improved. I don't know if I have the case study here in this slide deck. Oh yeah, I do. There we go. So we're working with a bedsheet brand. They started at 20%, but they wanted more scale. I have Maverick X is the name of our Google ad service. So that's the purple down here at the bottom. We follow this timeline. They got up to about $10,000 per month in sales through Google ads. Every month, they still remain consistent with that to this day. 3 months in, they added articles, that's the green bars here. So that added another 10,000. But outside of October Prime Day, November and December, that's kind of where they stayed until March. They raised their commission to 30%. And that month they had $25,000 in sales through the articles. And then the next 2 months, they had $50,000. And then the July Prime Day was off the chart. It would have made these look very
last
small.
few minutes.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Travel products. At first with this one, I thought that they took their foot off the gas because their sales were going down so far, but they are a travel related product. So August is when things start to go back down. Really the story here is Google Ads is a very consistent revenue driver for this product. It's very niche, very unique product, if you ask me. Even with changes to the Google algorithm that caused some publishers to lose their SEO power, we pivoted into driving traffic through articles that are advertised at that time. So no matter what, we're going to make sure we're driving as much revenue for you as possible. I think that's the story here. With all the ups and downs, still climbs higher. Air purifiers. This was for the last year or so. This is a hot commodity. I'm sure Trey knows about air purifiers. Consistent $100,000 in revenue every single month. It's because it has a higher price point. It's around $100. Nobody's just going to go spend $100 on a product without doing any research at all. So a lot of customers look at product recommendation articles to see which one is the best. All of these air purifiers that are on Amazon look the same. Which one should I buy? Which one is really actually better? So they look to articles for advice. A good percentage of those, 42% of shoppers who start on Google are going to find these articles, and they're gonna at least be influenced by the advice that they give. I would say products like this are perfect for advertising through articles and through Google Ads as well. Oh, here's our pricing. So these are our two programs, Maverick X, name of our company. It's the service that we started with. Google Ads for Amazon's products and storefronts. We charge $10 for each parent ASIN to manage the Google Ads. We also charge 10% of the sales that we drive through your Amazon attribution tag. So you're going to get that 10% back from Amazon in the form of the brand referral bonus. And your only other costs other than the $10 for each parent ASIN is your ad budget. So we recommend $50 a day, but can work with as little as $500 in a month. Maverick Plus is our second service. That's articles that we advertise. There are no fixed fees fixed monthly fees, no fees to start. It is pure performance pricing. So you can speak with our team. We'll work out what commission would work best based on your product, your price point, And then we can always change it if things don't work. So there's really no risk here for brands. You're not paying if we don't drive any sales for you. So if you would like to contact us, go ahead, take a screenshot here. I'm going to have you reach out to Luke at mavericx.io. He's our account executive. He's really great. He will explain everything to you.
Thank you. We do have a question, but we're a little tight of time, but we do have a Q&A at the end, so we can answer all that at the Q&A. Okay, so next up we have Danny. Danny Solukov will talk about TikTok to Amazon.
Right. Thank you so much. I hope you see my screen, right? Cool. So today I'm going to be talking about how to drive traffic from TikTok to Amazon. And it's really interesting that Kurt just sharing about the whole combination about affiliate fees, like never being greedy to get the point, because the more you're sharing, the more you incentivize your partners. That's what we have seen also is happening with TikTok influencers that is coming for TikTok Shop. So yeah, we're official partners of TikTok Shop. Just launching our TikTok Shop app, and also we've been partners of TikTok as a creative partners as well as a Meta for years. About myself, I'm Daniel. I'm the CEO, co-founder of Incense, and I'm based in New York City. Passionate about creator commerce, UGC, and affiliates. Super pumped for Trey to be presented and learning like how Lavanta approaching the things. Also speaking at e-commerce conferences or webinars. But about Incense, we are creator marketplace that helps e-commerce brands to connect with the UGC creators and micro influencers. We support both D2C brands as well as marketplace sellers with Amazon, TikTok Shop, or Walmart. Just to making sure that we can connect them for a couple of reasons. One of them is how to produce high-performing content for ads. It's primarily social ads. And secondly is how to work and partner up with influencers to drive traffic to Amazon pages that we have seen became super popular among many customers. So right now we have been serving 1,700 brands, and we have 50,000 vetted creators in our network. But yeah, that's about Incense. And today I want to present about what we learned and what we have seen from Amazon sellers, how they started leveraging our platform back in 2020, 2021, where Amazon was completely new world for us. We've been always focusing on D2C. That's where we started. Though at the same time, we were fascinated to see that Amazon sellers keep coming along our way and starting using the platform in a different ways. And it's been one of the most exciting experiences for me to learn the things. So what we learned, and this is not something new to many of you. So TikTok could be a traffic driver for Amazon. And the reason why, because Amazon is not social media. People are not coming to Amazon to spend the time. Even though like Amazon launch Inspire, well, I don't believe that the majority of people will come to Amazon to spend their time and entertain with the content and so on. So Amazon is more transactional. It's one of the most, maybe the most powerful e-commerce engine. At the same time, TikTok is the place where people are actually coming and spending a lot of time, sometimes even hours, by scrolling and having some fun. And what have been already know that TikTok viewers in the US tend to discover product first, and then that's why TikTok Shop actually become popular, because they found this trend. And once they started wondering about the product, they go to Amazon and search for it. And it's not even before the TikTok Shop, it's still the case. And I can talk about that a bit later. TikTok Shop even make things more clear for people, because they can explore, they can try it out on TikTok Shop, though they can be converted to your Amazon traffic right away. And another one is like some stats. It's that TikTok users, they tend to make a purchase on Amazon like more than compared with those users who never engaged with the TikTok like commerce content. As well as like product searches on Amazon directly influenced by TikTok trends increased by 40% year to year. So there is a trend that is, and there is a data that stated that TikTok is could be a powerful machine for you when it comes that if you have only Amazon business. And I have a few strategies that we have been observed by some of our customers have been leveraging on Incense. One of them is that you can ask TikTokers to produce the content like UGC style and then posting in their socials. But what we learned that do not put a click link in a bio or any other call to actions, even though they can drive this traffic and you can still leverage that. What we learned that the most powerful thing is that ask creators to encourage viewers to go to Amazon and search for your product. And when you pitch them how to create the content, ask them to do like exactly the same as it shows right here, that you plugging in this video of influencers starting searching something, your brand, and that's actually encourage people to go and do the same. And in that case, you will see that the external traffic is going to be increasing for the product page. And why we're doing that? Because in that case, we're going to be increasing the engine ranking for the search on Amazon. Another one is it's really important to provide the detailed briefs for influencers, because 50% of your success is a well-written brief. It's across all platforms, but for that type of the campaigns, it's also really important, because if you are not going to be showcasing or providing the references of the content that you want to achieve, maybe influencers that they can misspell, and then you'll have more revisions here. So just ask them like and provide the information about like how to go and start in the Amazon search bar inside of the video in the hands of influencer with the iPhone or whatever like the phone they're using, and then going to this screen recording of Amazon page that they can select the product, and then they apply this product on themselves. So that's kind of the content that you would like to see, because in that case, creators can follow them, and then you can use text overlay or ask them to use text overlay. So in that case, it's going to be easy to remember, and always provide the brand guidelines, USP of the product, because remember that influencers are not professional marketers, so it's your job to provide with the guidance. Another one is combining organic and paid approach with the TikTok Spark ads, because many Amazon sellers, they're thinking about influencers only from the organic perspective. It's cool, and sometimes your video can go viral and just crazy, like with millions of views, and you will see the spikes on your Amazon sales, or at least like traffic that is coming towards your product page. But at the same time, organic is not enough. Organic is really hard to predict. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not, with the same influencer or with the same idea across multiple influencers. What brings the scale is a paid. So in that case, always think about how to approach that from both organic and paid. Not only organic, not only paid, but both. So ask influencer to produce great content. In that case, if you'll see that it's starting popping up and getting like some good reviews and maybe in generating the sales, right? So in that case, spark these ads. So you will see how it's going to be increasing. And more importantly, to mention that if it's the content was posted organically and you're still using the direct link to your Amazon product page, in that case, Amazon will still consider the boosting post by paid ads as the organic one. So in that case, they will still recognize that as the great external traffic, and that will help you to increase the search ranking, right? And lastly, it's 1 week window attribution. So it's not influencer marketing. It's not kind of PPC or paid ads. It's not something that you're driving the traffic and you will see the results right away, and then you can measure, right? It's not that connected. What we learned from our customers that they're using 1 week window attribution. So whenever they are launching some influencer campaigns, they give this 1 week until they will see and measure the results. Because sometimes you can see this TikTok influencer post one time and then like next day from another influencer, and then you will put yourself as a potential consumer into the position of consideration, and then it will take a couple of days to go to Amazon and purchase the product, right? So what I'm saying here is that it's not that direct response channel as paid ads, right? So in that case, think about that. It still need some time for people to consider and then to make a purchase, right? Yeah, that's basically the high-level recommendations from our side. But yeah, check in your Amazon Analytics if unique visits, keyword search increased, and then you will see the results. And there is a case study that proves the point that TikTok Shop and TikTok overall has the halo effect. And that's I was recently at TikTok Shop Partner Summit in LA, and reps of TikTok were saying about that. Even though like they want to see all transaction that will happening through TikTok Shop, right? It's still the point that there is a halo effect on other places and placements like D2C shop and so on. But for Amazon, it's definitely connected. And there is a vitamin D3 plus K2 supplement, and they launch the products on TikTok Shop and offer higher commissions to the point of Kurt. So always go with a higher when you're starting something. So incentivize more affiliates to make them money and to starting producing more content for you. And in that case, you can decrease, you can play around the affiliate fees. But they saw that hundreds of affiliates to create products on to create the products. And they are approaching TikTok Shop not only from the way of how to get the revenue, but also what they have done. They are starting the they starting seeing that there is a peak in sales around February and March of 2024, where some of the products go viral on TikTok. And they sold over 60,000 units of their vitamin D3 supplement on Amazon. So they were see the correlation that they haven't done like anything purely on Amazon at that time, but they launched TikTok Shop. So there is a clear halo effect that is happening. So that's why think about TikTok Shop about as the place tapping new audience that you cannot reach on Amazon only. So it's a definitely great driver. So yeah, that's about Incense. Incense is a creator marketplace. We have a special offer. So take a look on that. Like all of the guys presented some special offers. You will get it seems like a couple of $1,000 as a bonus after this webinar. So from our side, it's $200 bonus on your creator budget. So whenever you subscribe to the Instance, you're gonna get this 200 packs to hire first creators and get your content live. And yeah, that's about me. And yeah, just follow me. I'm dropping some bombs on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Thank you, Danny. And our last speaker would be Trey Little. And yeah, finish us off, Trey.
My pleasure. What I'll do here is just give us a look under the hood at Levanta so I can show you how the magic works here. While I'm getting this set up, a little bit about myself. I started my own energy conservation and renewable energy company right out of college. Got me to be rather entrepreneurial. Then after exiting those companies, I started working at Amazon for about 5.5 years. I was given a $7 billion portfolio, and they told me to go get 30% year-over-year growth and then $150 million in incremental sales growth per quarter with new programs. So I asked them, okay, what programs? And they said, well, I don't know. You tell me. It's very Amazonian. So as you can imagine, got very well networked within Amazon, crushed those goals, and got to do kind of what I wanted. And then I started the Amazon Stores Agency Partnership Program, where we evaluated over 18,000 different agencies. And we only found about 500 to 800 that we found truly drove value all the way to the customer through the store. And one of those agencies that I was the partnership manager of was Levanta. I was seeing extraordinary year-over-year incremental sales growth, which is very difficult to see from Amazon's perspective. Usually the growth has a cannibalized rate within it because you're either taking sales from 1P or from another seller or from another opportunity, since we are all sharing in the same Amazon customer audience. But Levanta was driving very high converting external traffic to the Amazon store, and it was all considered incremental sales growth. And again, I know we've said it a bunch here. We're also using the brand referral bonus here, and we're able to use that because we're taking that external traffic that was not shopping on Amazon, and we directed it back to Amazon for the sale. I really like the brand referral bonus and that affiliate link. There is also the creator connections and the other associate links that you can use that Kurt mentioned, where you get a percentage of the shopping session. I do not want my marketing companies just focusing on the shopping session, because then they could technically, purposely, or accidentally be hijacking my brand's traffic. When somebody's marketing my brand, I want them to only be getting a commission off that brand sale when that brand is promoted, or the one that creates the decision-making process that's driving that customer to the store. So here within Levanta, we're always using that brand referral bonus so that we can make sure that we're getting that customer to trust the brand, to understand the brand's promise, the brand story, its mission, its differentiating characteristics. So we're not just selling a single product when we're in this marketing mission. We're out there to promote brands that are worthy of purchases. And how we do that is we're utilizing Levanta. An easy way to kind of explain is it's almost like a dating app. On one hand, you've got all of your marketing companies that are looking for really cool brands to go market. And then on the other hand, you've got really cool brands that want to find marketers that can help build their brand and increase their sales. When you come in at first, you see the dashboard here. It probably looks kind of familiar. It's basically modeled after what we're looking at when you go into Seller Central. And if you're in the business reports section, it looks really similar to that, where we can see our overall data, and you can see how many clicks, detailed page views, add to carts, and conversions that you're seeing. And we can also change the date range in here. So let's take a look at what it would look like over 6 months. I like that because you can see sales events where there's Prime Day. We do rather well for selling events like that, as you can imagine, having this external traffic driving people directly to your listings when they're ready to make an informed purchase is awesome. Then you can say deal days here, another huge spike. And we can click through here and kind of see what our sales and conversions and everything else is like. So really fun, easy way to look at it. But where the magic happens is when we're building up these creators. And how we can find these creators is we very easily can activate all of our products once we sign up for Levanta, because from your email, we'll be able to, as we are tied in with Amazon's API and are very entangled partners with Amazon, you just click there, activate all your products, and you're up and running. Then what else we can do is set public and private commissions for every single ASIN. And then if it's a private commission, you can change what that commission is per publicist, per marketer, per influencer that you're working here. So you have complete flexibility on that. And depending on what your price range is and what your ratings are, how many reviews you have, your star rating, that good stuff, you can be flexible on your commission. I always say start high and then you can work low. And then, of course, if you have a private commission set up, honor that. You want to remain friends and do what you say you're going to do. But where I really fell in love with Levanta was seeing how they're managing these relationships with creators here. So we have applications, right? These are all folks that want to sell this brand's product. So they're actually going to apply to this brand and say, hey, love your brand. I'd love to sell it for you. They might ask for a specific commission rate, or they're already inclined to sell at the commission rate that was posted there. And then where it gets really fun is we can discover new promoters. And it's not just one of the misconceptions is that it's going to all be social influencers, and you're going to need to send them a product and they're going to do an unboxing and be like, look how neat. Isn't this a great product? But to Kurt and Daniel and everybody else's skill sets here, we want to work with folks like them that are very good at this, that have a ton of experience. They're not dealing with a learning curve. They're going to create very permanent, findable articles that will help customers on their discovery and purchasing journey. So we'll have featured and recommended ones, which I would just always go in there. It's as easy as just selecting your brand and then sending a message, and you can templatize these messages too. So this takes a couple seconds to invite somebody. You could reply to them when they accept with, say, editable PowerPoint with your brand story and a lot of content that they can easily use. And you're doing Kurt's job for him, basically. So he doesn't have to write the whole article. He's got this stuff ready to go so he can get out there and promote this and get it in front of millions of eyeballs. So I always tell all of our brands to just anytime there's a feature or recommended one for you, go ahead and add them in there. But again, we have publications, deal sites, social influencers, affiliate networks, commerce tools, media buyers, and other creative creators that are creating content and utilizing a mixture of all of these strategies to get visibility on your brand and create conversions. But wait, there's more. This is where I was like, oh, now you're talking. I was like, well, you guys should have an area where you could filter by category or promotional method. Oh, of course, that's already built in here. So you can come in here. You could even type in a keyword if you want and see who pops up under that with this type of media company. All right, well, here's a guy that's great for doing food and is doing media buying. So you can get really specific and filter that to multiple types of companies here, or just be really specific. I want somebody doing this in this category that's really good at converting on this keyword. So we can have a wide net and find as many folks as we want, or be looking for somebody really specific, even enter in how many followers they have on different platforms so that we can find exactly who we want to promote our products. Levanta is very picky about the media buyers, the creators, the influencers that we utilize. So there might be folks that you want to have added to Levanta. Well, what's wonderful about this is the creators get to join Levanta for free if they qualify, and they're going to follow our terms of services and Amazon's terms of services. So if you have a social influencer, a friend that's doing really good at selling your product and is utilizing these links, or a media company that you're already utilizing that you'd like to have added in here, we can add them for free and you can continue to utilize that company. So lots of folks save hundreds of thousands of dollars on sophisticated collections of marketing partners that they've been utilizing by no longer paying their deductibles and different performance fees and things like that, and making it transact through Levanta. And the marketing companies are often okay with this as well because they have a set commission that they can work with that is profitable for them, and they can discuss and make sure that that is what is attained. But we also take care of payments and make sure that there's no bad debt here. So we're going to be tracking everything through API. Returns happen, weird things happen. That's not going to end up on the books. We're going to navigate that ethically and correctly, as well as we're going to make sure that these creators, the marketing companies, the influencers get paid right away when they're doing their conversions. And then we're going to extend terms to the brand so that they can collect their money from Amazon and then just have everything in one invoice that's all bundled up. So all of your top performers, everybody else, their 1099, their billing, that's all taken care of. No bad debt, no hard feelings, people getting paid on time, as well as you get to get paid by Amazon before you pay out your commission. So it's a cash forward experience where everybody can kind of enjoy selling instead of having to work about the accounting and tracking the leads and the generations and the conversions and the returns. It's all done automatically through Levanta, so you don't really have to worry about that. And we can focus on the fun stuff and get to marketing and get these brands and products out in front of hundreds of millions of customers that will be driving that traffic right back to Amazon where they're comfortable shopping, and they're converting at a very high rate. So on Amazon, just throughout the year, we're enjoying a 3 to 7% conversion rate on products just because we're driving highly informed customers to those listings. The unit economics are also very sound because we get to set what we're going to pay. We're not going to be in here saying, all right, let's do pay per click and hope this goes well. We'll be able to set what we want, and then we're going to pay for conversions rather than just for clicks. So you can actually set it up, design it around your ACoS, and then make that lower than what your ACoS is on Amazon, for instance, and then the return on advertising spend will increase. So you can really lock in sound financial unit economics that allow you to sell profitably. And then on top of that, we'll get that brand referral bonus back, which is about 10%. So if you had a 20% commission and you had 10% coming back from the brand referral bonus, you would pay 20% commission on the product, but then you get 10% back. So your ACoS at the end of the transaction is actually only 10%, which obviously increases profitability and that return on advertising spend. So that's kind of how it works in a nutshell. Where the magic is, it's very simplified for a complex process, puts everything all at one. So you get to have a nice organized singular place to communicate with folks and continue to grow that brand experience, the brand trust, and everything else with this very brand centric tool here.
Thank you, Trey. Very interesting. And I think right now we have time for our Q&A. So if there's anyone that wants have a question for any of our speakers, go ahead and type their question into our Q&A section. Okay, we have one for Seth. How does brand expand differentiate itself from other growth partners?
Other growth partners? Yeah, I think the biggest differentiator is the amount of money that we've put into the technology on both the B2B side and the B2C side. The B2C side is equally as important because nurturing the buyer network is very challenging. So we've invested over $2 million in both platforms, created an amazing deal site to promote products, and we own that traffic. And so owning that traffic, of course, cutting out the middleman, enables us to get that traffic back to your listing at a fraction of the cost, as compared to working with somebody else who might need to go through somebody else. The more people you add into that, the more expensive it can be. So that's really our unique selling proposition, is having both the B2B and the B2C side, and having that vertical integration really enables us to lower our costs and pass the savings along to the sellers.
Okay, thank you. We do have a question for Kurt. Which products are the best fit for this type of advertising?
Generally, I would say at least $30, preferably $40, $50 products. But sometimes we have outliers. We can have a $20 product that just converts really, really well. It really all depends. Usually just products that are going to be researched, not hyper unique, usually not decor or apparel. Usually it can be very tough in those, because it all comes down to an opinion or taste from the individual customer. So tech products, electronics are usually good. But if you have a product that has a very specific purpose, in my presentation, one of the products was a travel medical related product. It's hyper unique. There's maybe 2 other knockoff brands that are on Amazon. It's very unique. So it's like the only choice if you are looking for that type of product. You need that type of product because of the niche that it's in. You would need it. So it does very well. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Thanks, Kurt. And this question is for me. What are the destination URL options for LandingCube landing pages? Can I set a custom URL with an Amazon attribution? Yes, you can. So basically, there are multiple destination URL options with LandingCube. So you could actually pick whatever URL you like. You can also pick the Amazon attribution tag URL, in which will create the Amazon attribution automatically once you connect it to your Amazon ads console. There's also add to cart URL. There's landing page URL. There's short links URL. So yeah, there's a lot of different options. But yes, you could actually set your own custom URL to whatever destination URL so you choose. So this one's for Trey. What kind of influencers, creators, and marketers does Levanta empower to help sell a brand's product, and what kind of go-to-market strategies do you have?
The beautiful thing, it's kind of an array of all of them, right? So you're going to have social influencers who are going to post things on their feeds, have YouTube videos, things like that. You'll have publicists who will be creating articles and can create informative information about the brand and explain the brand's promise and the differentiating characteristics. We'll have media buyers who will be leveraging different tactics to gain visibility through algorithms and advertising techniques. And then we'll also have different creators and influencers that'll utilize a mixture of these blogs, different areas where they will have lots of visibility and be able to create permanent discoverable materials that can be found via any type of search engine. So there's a mixture of all of those types of things and other creative ways that they're going to be able to get eyeballs on it. Then you also have listicles and different deal guides, things like that, that'll pop up throughout and be less permanent. And some people even have their own side stores that'll link back to Amazon and other things. So all of those types of marketing and ways to gain visibility can all be utilized kind of in concert there on Levanta.
Great, thanks. And you do have another question, Trey. Why does your customer traffic earn the brand referral bonus, and what is brand referral bonus?
The brand referral bonus is where you're actually being rewarded by Amazon for driving external traffic. We see a referral fee on transactions done on Amazon, and that's Amazon saying, hey, we're going to take an average of 15% of the sales price because you're using our customer, our prime customer, the folks that are searching for products in our store. When you utilize Levanta, we're going to be advertising, marketing, explaining your brand's promise externally and driving that traffic back to Amazon via that brand referral bonus. So that shopping session will be cookied for 14 days. And if anybody buys anything from that brand that has utilized one of those links to discover it on Amazon, you're going to get that brand referral bonus back, which is a reduction in that referral fee, and it averages about 10%. So money back in the bank for you at the end of the transaction.
Yep, that's a very comprehensive answer. I thank you, Trey. And question for Incense, Danny. How many creators should we use to see some spikes? So how many creators should we use to see some spikes?
Oh, it's a tough one, right? I would say what we have seen from companies like Thrasio and so on, they go all in and they hiring hundreds of them on a monthly basis. But I would say with the smaller ones, like 30, 50 influencers, you will see some spikes because out of this like 30, 50 posts, it should be some signals, right? That you can start measuring like what's going on there.
Okay. And okay, this question's for me. LandingCube, can the emails collected from LandingCube be automatically sent to Klaviyo? Yes. So basically, on the LandingCube landing pages, when a customer clicks on opt-in and they opt in their email, you could connect the landing page to an API. Klaviyo is one of the platforms that's supported. Klaviyo, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, so it could by API could send directly to these email marketing platforms. And have one for Seth. What emergent trends are you seeing with your clients right now?
Yeah, great question. So, yeah, Daniil did a presentation that I did a very similar one 2 weeks back about TikTok, and it was very similar. There's a clear halo effect. We also showed an example of it was like a teeth whitening product where they did a TikTok shop campaign and a launch on there. And you see a lot of virality on TikTok, a lot of shoppers that go and kind of impulse purchase, right? And then, of course, to repeat purchase, the majority of shoppers are going to go to Amazon or another marketplace. And so you see that effect. So TikTok is actually a really great way to launch at a lower cost and to get virality pretty easily. We're seeing a lot of sellers doing that, which is why we're integrating it to our omni-channel launch platform.
Very good. So last question. This one is for Kurt. I think it's talking about like one of the service that you offer, the articles. Is there a guaranteed number of articles?
Not necessarily. It really depends on the product. Most products that we work with, when you speak with our team, we'll help you vet out whether the product's really a fit or not. But most products that we work with get placed in 5 or 6 different articles. And they're run based on advertising. So there could be tons of different variations of those articles, all geared towards a certain variation of the search term. So technically you could have several articles even from the same publisher. So the number of articles isn't necessarily the way to gauge how much revenue it drives. You could have one article that drives $1 million every month. It really just depends on the search term and the average sale price of the product, etc.
All right, thanks for that answer. Okay, so that concludes our webinar. Thank you for every speaker for speaking and also the attendees for attending. In the webinar chat, I also have like the LinkedIn contact for all our speakers. Feel free to connect with them. And I also have a YouTube channel. If you actually want to see more content from LandingCube, you could like and subscribe, smash the like button, all that. Yeah, thanks a lot. Again, thanks a lot for the speaker. Take care.
Thanks, Rick. Nice to meet you, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you.